Check out thechosenprime.com in the link in the description below for this and other great items.
Alright everyone, welcome to another Radio-Free Cybertron review, RFC Reviews. I'm your host Diecast, and today we have Fans Hobby MasterBuilder MB-01 Archenemy. Archenemy is of course Masterpiece, not Scourge. So let's go ahead and take a look at Archenemy and up close. Sword hit it. Sorry. Up close, he has a really nice head sculpt. I really like the head sculpt. His antennae do articulate if you want that sort of thing. His head can do a full 360. It can go up about that much, down about that much. Really nice teal on the sides here, up on the guns. The paintwork on this is excellent. The nice black in here, flat black, with the gray parts of the windshield. Nice black grille. Teal around the front here, on the front of the waist and on the sides of the waist. Really nice teal up here. Some outlining in teal around these blocks on the upper part of his thigh. Some teal around the kneecap area. On the side around the wheel, you even have some silver and gold detailing for struts and shocks and that sort of thing on the inside of the leg. As you can hear, some really nice clickety ratchets. Probably one of the nicest ratchets I've heard. The arms can do a full 360, and they can go down another click if you want. I like to have it straight. They can go up. You can straighten that out. He's got a full rotation at the upper part of the elbow. He's got a single jointed elbow, but it does get you more than 90 degrees, which is excellent. Straighten that down a little bit. He does have a really nice sword, comes with. Really like the quality of this. Just to pull out Scourge's original sword. If I can get it out of his hand. Give it up. Damn it. There we go. That is the original toy Scourges from RID, Robots in Disguise, the first one, not the animated one. And that is, again, just a duller, clear, not as clear. This is a really high quality, translucent red sword, and I really like it. His finger, he does have a rotation at the wrist. His thumb does not move. The three bottom fingers move on a single hinge at the knuckles, and then his finger moves at the top knuckle and the next knuckle down. So 2 points of articulation on the pointer finger. Inside his hand there is a slot, and that is where the sword can slot in very nicely to hold it in place. Just like that. And he holds that sword amazingly well. And you can, for storage, come around to the back, and there is a port right here, and you can take this little bit and plug it in on the back of his arm. You can do the same thing on this side right here as well. You would just flip this around at once. Right there. And if you want to plug it in on the other side, and then if you don't want it plugged in, you flip it around and that fills in the gap on the back of his arm or the top of the hood. in this case. So again, the other thing that's really nice is he has a waist joint, so you can rock his waist forward. It doesn't get back at all just because of the backpack. I mean, it does get a hair, but not enough to even call it some back. But you do get a good amount of forward, and if his arm would get out of the way, you could see it. You do get a good amount of forward bend at the upper part of the abs. And then if you don't want to articulate it or have that waist crunch just because it will add a gap, you can push that all down and that closes the gap all up, which is really nice. He does have a rotation at the waist, which is great because of the, even with the trailer on the back, or the cab on the back, his legs, get the sword out of the way. Actually, we'll just pop that off. And then if you want to, that peg will flip into the sword just like that. That way that cleans up. Put the sword off to the side. Legs can go back that far, forward, only that far. You can rotate them a little bit to get them a little bit more forward. And out to the side about that far. And again, really nice ratchets on this guy. His knee is double jointed. So you bend at the first joint, then you can bend at the second joint, and you can get more than 90 degrees of bend at the knee. Same thing on this side. And the foot does have crazy ankle tilts. So you could get him doing a full split if you choose to. There is a little bit forward, but nothing back. So you can articulate the heel and the toe, or the front of the foot, to get some more poses on this guy. And I think I covered all the articulation and paint in the robot mode. I take a quick look at the head. He does have translucent eyes, light piping eyes, and I'm not sure why, because there's no light piping on the back of the head. I would have liked to see some paint on the eyes, although it does give him that dead look, which kind of works for Archenemy. But yeah, I would have liked to see some brighter red on the eyes. And just come out to the back. We'll see, because I did not have any instructions for this. This is just something I want to point out. You can have this back panel either like this, or you can flatten it out and put it like that. It's just kind of your choice how you want. I don't have the instructions, so I'm not exactly sure. This is a test shot, a very early test shot, and there are some things. I do not know this company. I don't know if this company ever made any previous products. I know this one feels really solid. Someone, if it's a first-time company, they're hitting it out of the park with this thing, or they've done designs before and manufactured or been involved in the manufacturing process. I don't know, but this figure definitely shows that they know what they're doing. Now there are a couple things that hopefully will get tweaked on the final version, which we'll go over in transformation, but I don't know. I have no contact with this company directly, and I'm not going to be one of the reviewers that says, oh, this is going to get fixed and this is going to get fixed, and then you get it and nothing's fixed. So just something to be aware of and be mindful of, that I'm not going to steer you in the wrong direction. But I do really like the size of this. let's do a size comparison. One of the reasons I was so impressed with this is I did not realize he was so much bigger than the original Scourge. As here is the original Scourge. Put it right in front of him, and you can see that he is a lot bigger. He only comes up to the bottom of his chest. Whoops. Oh, now he's really big. But he only comes up to the bottom of his chest, so there is definitely a huge difference in size with these guys. A lot more than I originally thought. Just put them next to each other to give you a little bit of a better idea. So you can see, and again, it's amazing how much bigger this guy is. I really like him. I love the coloring on it. I've always loved the coloring of Scourge. So here he is with Masterpiece MP10. And he is about a half a head taller than MP10. But yeah, if you have an enemy, that would definitely be what it looks like if I was Optimus Prime, because he's a little bit bigger and bulkier and scarier than Optimus Prime is. So I think that works. Now we'll go ahead. Oh, move into place. Now we'll go ahead and get into transformation on this guy. First thing you want to do is we're going to get this head put away. Come back to this back panel, and you can pull right here, right by the bottom of the windshield. That will open this area up. What I like to do is spin the head around, just like on the original Scourge. You had to spin the head around to get it in. Move these antennae out of the way, and then that gives you enough clearance to get this panel in, just like so. And then you can close up the front, and this panel up top can come down just to fill in the top of the cab. Next, you want to put the hands away. The way we're going to do that is we're going to open up these panels just like so. Flip the hand around. You want the thumb on the inside, and then you can put the hand in. There's a little tab right there and a slot right there. That will hold everything together. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Open this up. Flip the hand in. Close that panel back up. And then when you come onto this side, you're going to want to just tilt the arms up like that, so this painted diamond plate is on the outside. Just like that. And then you're going to want to bring this arm up till it clears the corner up top there. So same thing when you bring it down, you just want it to clear, and then you can rotate it. And you can see on this one the edges were getting chewed up just a little bit. So you want to be really careful how you transform it. There's been many people who have touched this test shot, so that is to be expected. Again, I'm going to tilt this up, and then you just want to rock it up, and then once you get it past that point, then you can straighten it out again, and then you can tab this front section all together. And if you didn't already, if you have this out, you can flip that around to close that up for the top of the hood. Again, you get some nice teal detailing on the front here, which is really nice. We're going to come to the back of the cab. You're going to want to flip out the gas tanks from the inside of the cab, and you can go ahead and straighten out this back panel and close that up. That'll give you a nice clean look on the back of the cab. We're going to flip these gas tanks down, just like so. Flip them down. Come down to the legs. Right here, there's going to be a panel that flips around to the inside. And again, same thing with this panel. I do think this is something that they would address before the final release. But on this one, it does not tab in. So you have that gap, and it also doesn't tab in when you flip it to the inside to tap the legs together. Now this panel on this leg is fine. It tabs in perfectly. It's just this one panel or leg that is not allowing it. I'm going to assume it's the panel. Just because it also won't tab in when it's on the inside of the leg. But I do think that's something that they would address before they release this. Before the final release. You can see it just won't tab together. Not a huge deal, but just something to be aware of. Hopefully it does get fixed. There is a button on the inside of the leg that you can press to help compress the leg. And also while you're compressing the leg, make sure this panel is flipped out on the side here of that's attached to the gas tank. And then that is going to slot in to the leg right there. Just like so. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side here. Straighten this panel out first. Then you can compress the leg. That'll tab into the side there. One thing I should have did, you can see this a little bit crooked before I compress the legs, is these do slide down a little bit for truck mode. And then we'll just straighten this all out. And then the final thing is the feet, and the feet just fold up like this and come down here. Now the feet hanging off the back, I do think there's probably something they could have did a little bit different. It's not a deal breaker for me, but it just kind of looks a little sloppy when everything else is so nice on this. I just feel like they could have done maybe something else to just clean up the back of the cab or the back of the truck. But there you go. He rolls really nice. And he is definitely a big truck. We'll do a size comparison here. Whoa, zooming in. Here he is with the original Scourge. Just to give a comparison on them. You can see how big they are. It'd help if I lift up the camera just a little bit. And there's a big difference between these guys. And again, even mine is a little dusty, but even the black is a little bit nicer on the Fans Hobby one. And on this Scourge, his feet kind of do stick out the back a little bit too. So maybe that's what they were going for. But like I said, I wish they kind of could have cleaned it up just a little bit. But again, a really, really nice Masterpiece scale figure. Really liking it. It has everything I would want from the original in this. And it is a simple design, but they did add a bunch of nice stuff. It does have some rubber tires here, nice chrome wheels, nice diamond, silver painted diamond plate, which looks amazing. The silver painted gas tank, which is a different silver than the diamond plate, which is a nice touch. They didn't have to do that. Nice chrome stacks. I kind of wish the grill was chrome, but I think maybe they did that for wear. I'm not sure. Again, the top looks really nice. It looks good from every angle. And of course, I got the waist a little crooked, but there you have Vans Hobby MasterBuilder MB-01 Archenemy. You can go ahead and click on the link in the description below if you want to pick this up from the Chosen Prime. He is about $115. Definitely worth it with the mass and the size and the weight to this figure. It's an excellent figure and an excellent first figure from a new company. And thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time.